Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you already know, this is your U.S. General 5-drawer tool cart with side tray and deep compartment. The discussion today is going to be I basically got a comment on another video about modifying ratchets, which, I've been ranting about the 3/8 bend handle and why isn't it that any tool companies or tool brands haven't come to learn to design a locking flex head bent handle ratchet. But I was asked a decent question in one of the previous videos about a non-locking 1/4 inch flex head ratchet, and is it possible to modify that 1/4 inch flex head non-locking um, and extend the length on the handle, or could the heads be swapped out for a longer handle? Now, as you can see, I have all sorts of different drive size of ratchets that are ranging from different size lengths in particular. But basically, the question that was asked was basically about a 1/4 inch drive. And the very first thing I basically had to take notice to is the heads, because what the gentleman was asking about was a non-locking, and I do have a non-locking, which I also have locking, but the topic is on a non-locking. So when I went to take a look at some of the other ratchets that I have and was trying to compare the head to the bodies of the ratchets and the handles to see which one would be a perfect fit. When I take a look at a lot of 1/4 inch drive size ratchets, I only see but so many few of them that are in a certain length. I did come across a brand made by Easy Red that actually has a decent long 1/4 inch ratchet that comes in, I think, about 12 inches long. But the thing is that that 12 inches to a foot long is the same thing for the long handle extended comfort grip non-locking snap-on ratchet. So I'm gonna get over here to the side tray so that I can give you a better example of basically what I was talking about. The gentleman who basically asked the question, he goes by the name of Harry Coleman. Okay, so here's what you're looking at is a 1/4 inch non-locking. Um, as of the moment, this is the longest 1/4 inch that I basically came encounter with that's actually manufactured and produced by Snap-on. And we'll get to the part number if I can focus in. The part number is THLLF72. Okay, on this non-locking flex head. Okay, I know I always go into the bend handle, but the bend handle, which is a 3/8 drive, is basically the only non-locking handle that I have that comes close in comparison. I do actually have another 3/8 extra long comfort grip, but the design is a little bit different. So basically that's what I was explaining about, that you have to take notices to the heads and you also have to take notices to the bodies. Give me a second and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Okay, now as you can basically see, I have another 3/8 drive, long extended handle comfort grip. But if you take a look at the head's design is technically different from the bent handle and the 1/4 inch drive. Okay, now even though the shaft of the handle is thinner than this 3/8, the head comes in roughly about I would say about an inch, and from here to here on a 1/4 inch is maybe about 3/4 of a 1/2 inch. Okay. If I was to take this head and swap it to this head or this handle, the very first thing that would need to be done is the retaining pins that are on its side that locks in the head of the ratchet. Okay, you can tell that the retaining pins are a little bit much more bigger on a 3/8. Okay, so technically that would mean that if I was to take the head off, I would have to rebore the retaining pin hole, not just rebore it, but I will also need to rethread it on one side. Now, when it would be time to do that, I would have to rebore it to this drive size here. Now, when I think about it, what becomes a problem is that if you notice the thickness on the head of each ratchet or each handle is slightly a little bit more thicker. Okay, so just hypothetically speaking, say if it was possible for me to basically rebore and re-drill, then rethread the holes that retain the pin and be able to place this 1/4 inch non-locking flex head on a 3/8 handle. My concern now is what type of torque or what type of force that you can possibly put on that head without basically either spreading or loosening the retaining pin. Okay. Like I said, I did see another version of a 1/4 inch drive, which is made by Easy Red, which is I don't know the part number at the moment, but I know that the ratchet is fairly cheap. It runs a little bit underneath $30. I think it's about $25 or something like that. When I thought about the question that was asked, I started to say to myself, well, you want to know what? If you may possibly were able to extend the 1/4 inch head to a longer body, then what I would actually go with is getting an 18 inch snap-on 3/8 breaker bar. Okay, because now with the breaker bar, you would basically have to put the end shaft of the handle in a vise, and you would have to close it in order for the head to fit properly. Okay, so okay, as you can basically see, the 1/4 inch non-locking extra long flex head is coming in over slightly a foot long in dimension and length. Okay, so if the 18 inch 3/8 drive breaker bar could work, it possibly could work, we would have to get a good look at it. I would have to have one in my possession so that I can get a good idea and a good clear view. If anybody out there has some opinions or some other ideas and options, feel free to drop a comment. You know, if you like the video, like the video. If you don't like the video, you know, give a thumbs down. You know, I do this for the viewers. This video was based upon a subscriber who basically asked the question. So while I'm on my spare time at work, I decided, you know, to drop a video for him to give him a good idea, because he was an inquiring mind looking for information, and basically that's what we're here for in this tool community. Okay, Okay, so basically that's gonna be your review today, on whether a quarter-inch non-locking um, Flexhead ratchet can be modified and customized to be extended longer. You know, I give a shout outs to the gentleman Harry Coleman for asking that question and basically giving an individual something to think about. We all always have challenging ideas and basically trying to find new ways to design and create new items in different ways so that what works best for us and our applications. Okay, so like I always say, this is your US General 5-drawer tool cart with side tray and deep compartment. And until the next tool haul or the next review, scream at you later. Peace.